Hello, thanks for joining us on TVC Midday News. We're monitoring development in the nation's capital as the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted accelerated hearing of Nnamdi Kanu's case. The IPOB leader pleaded not guilty to 7-count charge of alleged terrorism. He also tendered an apology for comment he made to the court, the judge, the prosecutor, and his defense team. Mr. Kanu, through his new legal representation, Kanu Agabe said he made those comments while he was angry. He has also apologized to his legal team for castigating them and also comment made against the former judge handling his case, Justice Binta Nyako. Presiding Judge Justice James Omotosho says the length of the trial may have taken a toll on him. Justice Omotosho also tendered an apology to the prosecutor on behalf of Mr. Kanu.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You have finally gotten a new judge to handle your case. How do you feel about that?
Great, I suppose. Yes.
So what are your expectations from today's proceedings?
Is that justice will be done, of course, in accordance with the rule of law.
And staying with judicial matters, the Supreme Court has nullified the judgment of the Court of Appeal and the Federal High Court, which removed Samuel Anyanwu as the National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. A 5-member panel of the Apex Court held that the issue of who is the National Secretary of the PDP borders on the internal affairs of a political party, which is justiciable. Justice Jamilu Tukur, who delivered the lead judgment of the Supreme Court, also struck out the judgment of the trial court delivered in October last year and also set aside the majority judgment of the Court of Appeal, which had in December affirmed the sack of Anyanwu as PDP's National Secretary. Justice Tukur affirmed the minority judgment of the Appellate Court, which was delivered by Justice Ekanem, which had nullified the judgment of the trial court on account of a lack of jurisdiction. The Apex Court held that the plaintiff, Aniago Emmanuel, who initiated the suit at the trial court, lacked the necessary legal backing to do so. Our senior reporter, Celestina Iria, who covered proceedings today at the court, joins me. She joins me on the news. Celestina, talk to us. We understand that Nnamdi Kanu tendered an apology in court today. And of course, the court in response is granting accelerated hearing.
Well, we can say it's a new start or a fresh start away from the proceedings before Justice Binta Nyako. Now the case is before Justice James Omotosho after Mr. Kanu had accused Justice Binta of bias and has written to the CJN asking that a new judge be assigned the case. The case, well, he had first written to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice Soho, who took the case back to Justice Binta before Mr. Kanu approached the CJN asking that the case be reassigned to another judge, that he wasn't quite sure that he would get justice if the case remained with Justice Binta. But of course, the case had been reassigned to Justice Omotosho, and today Mr. Kanu was arraigned since he's coming before a new judge. So proceedings will have to start de novo, which is afresh. He took his plea on the remaining 7 charges. We recall there were 15. This was like last year when the case went up to the Supreme Court, where the Federal High Court, that was before Justice Binta, had struck out 8, leaving 7 counts. Mr. Kanu had approached the Court of Appeal with those 7 counts. The Court of Appeal struck out the remaining 7 counts, but the federal government went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court sent Mr. Kanu back to the Federal High Court. That was before Justice Binta. But Mr. Kanu said he wasn't going to appear before Justice Binta, wrote a letter now before Justice Omotosho. So what is remaining now is 7-count charge, and he took his plea today, and they all centered on terrorism, and he pleaded not guilty. And we're thinking that his counsel would move for his bail, but the counsel did not move for bail. They said they were ready to go on with the case, and he also got a new counsel, which is his new legal representation, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Kanu Agabe, who is the senior advocate of Nigeria. Before the proceedings commenced today, Mr. Agabe read a letter written by Mr. Kanu that he's sorry for his conduct over the last few months, his attack on the judiciary, the Federal High Court, the prosecutor in person of Adegboyega Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. And also, we also record that during the proceedings, he took a swipe at his own legal team. So he apologized to everybody, hoping for peace and unity and a fresh start. And Justice Omotosho understood and said, well, maybe because of the length of time this trial had taken, because when Mr. Kanu was first arraigned in 2015, he was 47 years old before they had the issue of him fleeing the country on account that his life was under threat. Up to this very moment, Mr. Kanu now is 57 years old, a period of 10 years. Justice Omotosho said that he will grant accelerated hearing and we ensure that the trial doesn't stay that long. So far, so good. All
right, Celestina, I guess today was a day of peace in court. Let's see how this case goes with a new judge and, of course, the new legal representation for Nnamdi Kanu. But let's talk PDP. I understand that the Supreme Court also nullified the removal of Samuel Anyanwu as the PDP National Secretary. What does this mean?
Okay, well, basically, the court simply said that it is an internal affair of the political party. The court has made that position known severally, that it does not interfere with issues that can be resolved internally. The court lacked this jurisdiction. So the Supreme Court basically has said, has told the PDP, go back to your drawing board, sort this problem within yourself. It is not justiciable. It is not for the judiciary to intervene. So the PDP now should come together and resolve this issue within themselves, because now the court has made a pronouncement on it. Whatever issues that arose from it cannot be brought back to the court. So far, so good. The court has given its verdict today. It is left for the PDP to put their house in order.
And that's our senior reporter there, Celestina Iria, live for us in Abuja. Thank you for joining us on the news this hour.